Admiral Elena Chen stood at the observation deck of the International Space Station Artemis, her eyes fixed on the unusual phenomenon that had appeared just beyond lunar orbit. The massive structure, if it could be called that, seemed to bend light around its edges, a geometric impossibility that defied human understanding. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the tension coursing through her body. "Still no response to our transmissions," Admiral Lieutenant Sarah Martinez reported from her console. "But the energy readings, they're like nothing we've ever seen. It's as if it's studying us." The object had appeared 3 days ago, triggering every early warning system on Earth. Unlike the chaotic panic of sci-fi movies, humanity's response had been measured, unified. Years of cosmic defense planning had prepared them for this moment, even if no one truly believed first contact would happen in their lifetime. A sudden burst of light filled the observation deck, causing the automated shields to engage. When they retracted, Chen found herself face to face with something that challenged her understanding of reality. The being before her appeared both solid and fluid, its form shifting between states of matter like water caught in zero gravity. When it spoke, the words formed directly in her mind, accompanied by a cascade of images and emotions. "Humanity," the voice resonated. "You have reached the threshold. We are the collective, guardians of order in this sector of space. Your species has drawn our attention." Chen maintained her composure, decades of military training kicking in. "We welcome peaceful contact with other civilizations," she responded, knowing her words would be heard regardless of how she spoke them. The entity's form rippled. "Peace is earned, Admiral Chen. Your species possesses something unique, a trait we have observed in no other race. Your neural architecture, your ability to adapt, to imagine possibilities that defy established laws. It makes you dangerous." "We have no hostile intentions," Chen began, but the entity continued. "Your intentions are irrelevant. Your potential is what concerns us. Throughout the galaxy, technological advancement follows predictable patterns. But humans, the being's form swirled with colors beyond human perception. You create quantum processors using silicon and gold. You achieve faster-than-light communication through means no other species conceived. Your minds work in ways that should not be possible." Images filled the observation deck. Human achievements throughout history, from the first use of fire to the recent breakthrough in consciousness transfer technology. Each discovery, the entity revealed, had been achieved centuries or millennia faster than any other known species. "We present you with a choice," the entity declared. "Demonstrate that you can control your potential, that you can build without destroying, advance without conquering. Construct a vessel that embodies the peak of your capabilities. Show us what humanity truly is." "And if we refuse?" Chen asked, though she already knew humanity would accept any challenge to prove their worth. The entity's form darkened. "Then we contain the threat you represent. Your solar system will be isolated, your potential limited. We cannot risk another precursor event." Before Chen could question what the precursor event was, the entity projected a series of technical specifications into her mind. Impossible technologies, theoretical physics made manifest, engineering principles that would revolutionize human understanding of the universe. "You have 1 Earth year," the entity stated. "Build your greatest achievement. Show us why humanity deserves to join the cosmos, or demonstrate why you must be contained." The entity vanished, leaving behind only the massive structure in lunar orbit, a reminder and a warning. Within hours, Chen found herself in an emergency session of the United Earth Council, established after the climate wars of the 2040s. Representatives from every nation watched in stunned silence as she played back her recorded interaction with the entity. The specifications they provided, Dr. Raj Patel, Earth's leading quantum physicist, spoke up. "They're beyond anything we've theorized, but there's something strange about them. It's as if they're deliberately incomplete, like a puzzle missing crucial pieces." "Or a test," General Sarah Hammond interjected. "They want to see how we handle incomplete information, how we innovate to fill in the gaps. Chen nodded, which is exactly why we're going to exceed their expectations. They think they're testing us, but they've just given humanity something we've always thrived on, a challenge that everyone says is impossible. The council chamber erupted in discussion, but Chen's voice cut through the chaos. We don't just build their ship. We build something they've never imagined possible. Something that proves humanity isn't just ready to join the galactic community. We're ready to lead it. As the council debated logistics and resources, Chen studied the preliminary designs forming on her tablet. The aliens had given them pieces of a puzzle, but humanity would create something beyond their understanding. Because that's what humans did best. They took the impossible and made it inevitable. The project would be called Titan, and it would either herald humanity's ascension to the stars or mark their last great achievement. Either way, Chen knew it would show the galaxy exactly what humanity was capable of. As she left the council chamber, Chen couldn't help but smile. The aliens thought they were testing humanity's worthiness. They hadn't realized that humanity had been preparing for this moment since they first looked up at the stars and dared to dream of reaching them. The race against time had begun, and humanity was about to show the cosmos why they should never be underestimated. The Titan complex stretched across the Atacama Desert like a technological oasis, its quantum-shielded domes gleaming under the harsh Chilean sun. Dr. Maya Rodriguez walked through the central research hub, holographic displays swimming around her as teams from every nation worked in perfect synchronization. We've solved the quantum entanglement issue, her colleague Dr. James Chen announced, manipulating a 3D model of what they dubbed the impossible engine. But there's something strange about these alien specs. It's almost as if they're leading us somewhere, Maya finished. 3 months into Project Titan, patterns had emerged that couldn't be coincidental. The alien specifications seemed deliberately designed to push human innovation in specific directions, but toward what end remained unclear. The massive construction bay housed the skeleton of what would become humanity's masterpiece. But it wasn't just a ship they were building. It was a statement. Where the alien specs suggested conventional matter-antimatter drives, human engineers had developed something entirely new. The quantum fold drive, based on principles that even the collective hadn't considered. Dr. Rodriguez, a young engineer, rushed up, tablet in hand. The neural interface tests. You need to see this. The data scrolling across her screen made Maya's breath catch. The human brain's ability to adapt to the quantum computing systems they developed wasn't just unprecedented. It should have been impossible. While other species relied on artificial intelligence for complex calculations, humans could interface directly with quantum systems, their neural plasticity allowing for computational feats that defied conventional understanding. They're afraid of us. Admiral Chen's voice came from behind her. The project's military overseer had a talent for appearing when revelations were made, not because of what we might do, but because of what we already are. Maya nodded, understanding dawning. The specs they gave us, they're not just a test. They're trying to guide our development along predictable paths, but we're not following their script. In the depths of the complex, the true heart of Project Titan took shape. While the outer hull followed alien specifications, the inner systems were purely human innovations. The quantum fold drive was just the beginning. Human engineers had developed shield systems that didn't just deflect energy. They absorbed and redirected it. Weapon systems that operated on principles the aliens hadn't conceived. But the true breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Dr. Sarah Patel, a specialist in human consciousness studies, had discovered something remarkable about human neural architecture. We don't just adapt to technology, she explained during a crucial project meeting. We reshape it, force it to adapt to us. Every other species they've encountered builds technology to overcome their limitations. We build technology that enhances our natural capabilities. The implications were staggering. The Titan wouldn't just be a ship, it would be an extension of human consciousness, a perfect blend of organic innovation and technological advancement. Each system was designed to amplify what made humans unique: their creativity, their adaptability, their ability to see possibilities where others saw only limitations. As the project entered its 6th month, the collective's monitoring station remained silent in lunar orbit. If they were aware of how humanity had deviated from their specifications, they gave no sign. But the project leaders knew they were watching, studying, perhaps beginning to understand the true nature of what they challenged. Maya stood in the neural interface chamber, watching as test pilots merged their consciousness with Titan's systems. The ship wasn't just responding to them. It was learning, growing, becoming something more than the sum of its parts. Human neural plasticity, combined with quantum computing and AI systems of their own design, was creating something unprecedented in the galaxy. "We're not just building a ship," Admiral Chen observed, standing beside her. "We're proving a point. They think they're testing our worthiness to join their galaxy. We're showing them why they should be worried about keeping up with us." The alien specifications had been a starting point, but humanity had long since moved beyond them. Where the collective expected them to build a vessel of war, they were creating something that transcended traditional definitions. Titan would be humanity's declaration to the cosmos, not just of their technological capabilities, but of their fundamental nature. As Maya reviewed the latest test results, she couldn't help but smile. The aliens had given them a year to prove themselves worthy. In half that time, humanity hadn't just met their challenge. They'd redefined it entirely. The question wasn't whether they could build what the collective demanded. The question was whether the collective was ready for what humanity was about to unveil. In the construction bay, Titan continued to grow, its systems pulsing with energy that defied conventional physics. Soon, very soon, the galaxy would understand why humanity's potential had caused such concern, and why trying to contain that potential had been the collective's greatest miscalculation. The neural integration chamber hummed with energy as Dr. Sarah Patel monitored the latest breakthrough. Through the observation window, she watched as Captain Maria Torres floated in the suspension gel, her mind merged with Titan's quantum core. The holographic displays showed something unprecedented: human consciousness expanding through the ship's systems in ways that should have been impossible. "Her neural patterns are completely stable," Sarah announced to the gathered team. "She's not just controlling the systems, she's rewriting them, improving them in real time." Admiral Chen leaned forward, studying the data streams. How is she managing this level of integration? The collective specs suggested this kind of merger would overwhelm any biological consciousness. "That's just it," Sarah replied, excitement clear in her voice. "We're not following their rules. Human consciousness doesn't work like they think it should. We're not just adapting to the technology, we're forcing it to adapt to us." In the chamber, Captain Torres opened her eyes, which now glowed with quantum-enhanced perception. Her voice emerged from both her body and Titan's communication systems simultaneously. "It's like nothing we could have imagined. I'm not just seeing through the ship's sensors. I'm feeling them, understanding them, changing them." The discovery had come by accident, 3 months earlier. While testing the neural interface systems, they'd found that human brains didn't just process quantum data, they resonated with it, creating feedback loops that enhanced both biological and artificial systems. What should have been merely a control system had become a true merger of human and machine consciousness. Deep within the Titan complex, Dr. Maya Rodriguez and her team worked to understand the implications. The holographic displays showed the evolution of their quantum AI systems, not the rigid, predictable patterns the collective specs had suggested, but something organic, growing, learning in ways that mimicked human neural development. "We've created something entirely new," Maya explained to the project leadership. "The quantum AI isn't just a computer system anymore. When merged with human consciousness, it becomes more. It evolves, adapts, finds solutions that neither human nor machine could conceive alone." The implications were staggering. Every test pilot who merged with Titan systems reported the same experience: a sense of expansion, of possibilities beyond normal human perception. The ship wasn't just a vessel anymore. It was becoming a new form of consciousness, a hybrid of human ingenuity and technological advancement. But with the breakthrough came concerns. The collective's monitoring station had shown increased activity, its energy signatures suggesting deep scans of the project facility. They were watching, analyzing, perhaps beginning to understand that humanity had gone far beyond their carefully laid parameters. They're worried, Admiral Chen observed during an emergency session with the project leaders. They gave us pieces of a puzzle, expecting us to follow their lead. Instead, we've created something they never imagined possible. The neural integration chamber had become the heart of Project Titan, where human consciousness merged with quantum systems in ways that defied the laws of physics as understood by the collective. Each test revealed new capabilities, new possibilities that expanded the boundaries of what they thought possible. Captain Torres had become the primary test pilot, her unprecedented neural compatibility making her the perfect bridge between human and machine. Under her guidance, Titan's systems had evolved beyond their original specifications, becoming something that transcended traditional definitions of spacecraft. It's not just about controlling the ship, Torres explained during her debriefing. It's about becoming something more. When I'm connected, I can see possibilities, solutions, paths through space and time that shouldn't exist. It's like the ship and I are dreaming together, and our dreams become reality. The collective had expected humanity to build a weapon, a show of force to prove their worthiness. Instead, they had created something that challenged the very foundations of what was thought possible. Titan wasn't just a ship, it was humanity's declaration that they would not be bound by the limitations others tried to impose upon them. As the project entered its final phase, tension mounted. The collective's silence had become ominous, their monitoring station's energy signatures increasingly erratic. They had wanted to test humanity's potential, to measure it against their standards. Instead, they were witnessing something that defied measurement. In her private quarters, Dr. Paddle reviewed the latest neural scan data. The patterns she saw weren't just unprecedented. They suggested possibilities that even humanity hadn't dreamed of. The merger of human consciousness with quantum systems wasn't just creating a new form of technology. It was opening doors to understanding the universe in ways that transcended conventional physics. The question was no longer whether humanity would pass the collective's test. The question was whether the collective was prepared for what humanity was about to show them. That in trying to contain human potential, they had instead unleashed something beyond their comprehension. The warning came at dawn. The collective's monitoring station erupted with energy signatures unlike anything they'd previously detected. Admiral Chen stood in Titan's command center, watching as multiple vessels materialized in lunar orbit, sleek, crystalline ships that seemed to bend the light around them. "They're not waiting for the full year," she announced to the assembled command staff. "They've made their decision." Captain Torres was already heading to the neural integration chamber. "Titan is ready, Admiral. We've run every simulation, tested every system. Whatever they throw at us, we can handle it." The alien vessels moved with impossible grace, taking up attack positions around Earth's orbital defenses. Their message came as a cascade of thoughts and images, broadcast simultaneously to every human mind on the planet. "You have exceeded parameters. Your development follows unauthorized paths. Control protocols must be initiated." In the neural integration chamber, Torres merged with Titan's consciousness. The ship's quantum systems embraced her mind, expanding her awareness beyond normal human limits. Through the ship's sensors, she could see the true nature of the alien vessels, not just their physical forms, but the quantum patterns that define their existence. "They're not just ships," she reported, her voice resonating through Titan's communication systems. "They're extensions of the collective's consciousness, merged with technology in ways they thought only they could achieve. But our integration is different, deeper." The first attack came without warning. The alien vessels released energy weapons that operated on principles human science had barely theorized. But Titan was ready. The quantum shields didn't just deflect the attack. They absorbed it, channeled it, used it to strengthen their own systems. Impossible. The collective's thoughts echoed across space. Your technology cannot. Torres smiled as Titan's consciousness merged more deeply with her own. You gave us a puzzle with missing pieces, she projected back. Did you think we wouldn't figure out how to fill in the gaps? That we wouldn't improve on your designs? Titan moved with fluid grace, its quantum fold drive creating ripples in space-time that the alien vessels couldn't track. Where they expected conventional evasive maneuvers, they encountered a dance through dimensions they hadn't known existed. The human ship wasn't just avoiding their attacks, it was rewriting the rules of engagement. In the command center, Dr. Rodriguez monitored the quantum eyes evolution. The neural merger is exceeding all projections, she reported. Captain Torres isn't just controlling Titan, they're creating new possibilities together. The ship's consciousness is growing, learning, adapting in real time. The alien vessels attempted to coordinate, to trap Titan in a web of quantum energy. But the human ship slipped through their defenses like water through a net, its movements guided by a hybrid consciousness that transcended both human and machine limitations. You were right to fear us, Admiral Chen transmitted to the collective. Not because we're a threat, but because we represent something you've forgotten. The power of unrestricted evolution, of minds free to dream beyond established boundaries. Titan's response to the alien attack wasn't just a demonstration of superior technology. It was a declaration of human potential. Every maneuver, every response showed capabilities that the collective hadn't believed possible. The quantum shields didn't just protect. They turned enemy weapons against themselves. The neural-guided systems didn't just react. They anticipated, adapted, evolved. The battle reached its crescendo as Titan executed a maneuver that defied the laws of physics as the collective understood them. The ship seemed to exist in multiple places simultaneously, its quantum field creating a cascade of possibilities that overwhelmed the alien vessel's targeting systems. Cease combat operations. The collective's thoughts carried a new tone, not just surprise, but something approaching awe. You have exceeded all known parameters. Torres, her consciousness still merged with Titan, sensed something else in their transmission. Fear, yes, but also recognition. The collective had sought to test humanity's worth, to measure their potential against established standards. Instead, they had witnessed something that challenged their understanding of what was possible. As the alien vessels withdrew to a defensive position, Admiral Chen received a new transmission. The collective's message was clear. They had gravely miscalculated. Humanity wasn't just ready to join the galactic community. They had demonstrated capabilities that suggested they had already surpassed many of its established members. In the neural integration chamber, Torres began the separation process, her mind gradually disentangling from Titan's quantum consciousness. But something had changed. The merger had shown her, had shown all of them, that human potential wasn't just about building better weapons or faster ships. It was about dreaming bigger, reaching further, seeing possibilities where others saw only limitations. The battle was over, but its implications were just beginning to unfold. Humanity had done more than pass a test. They had rewritten the rules of what was possible. And in doing so, they had set the stage for a fundamental shift in the balance of power among the stars. The great hall of the collective materialized around Admiral Chen and Captain Torres like a dream made solid. They stood on a platform of pure energy, surrounded by beings of light and thought that represented the oldest civilizations in known space. Titan hung in orbit above, its quantum consciousness, a beacon that even the collective's eldest members could sense. You understand now why we had to test you. The thought voice of the first speaker resonated through their minds. The entity's form shifted through colors beyond human perception. Though perhaps it is we who were truly being tested. You knew, Chen stated, not a question but a revelation. You knew what we would do with your specifications. We suspected, another entity pulsed. Throughout the galaxy's history, species have followed predictable paths of development. But humans, you create in ways that defy prediction. You see patterns where none should exist. You dream of impossible things, and then make them real. Tori smiled, her neural enhancements allowing her to perceive the quantum currents flowing through the hall. That's what frightened you, wasn't it? Not our potential for destruction, but our potential for creation. The first speaker's form rippled with acknowledgement. Eons ago, we faced another race, the precursors. They too could shape reality in ways we couldn't predict. Their power grew until they threatened the stability of spacetime itself. We were forced to act, to contain them. Their legacy still echoes through the dark spaces between galaxies. But we're not them, Chen asserted. We didn't build Titan to conquer or destroy. We built it to prove something, to ourselves as much as to you. Images filled the hall, humanity's history, from first tools to quantum computers. But now they saw it through the collective's perspective. Where other species took millennia to develop new technologies, humans made intuitive leaps that bypassed entire stages of development. Where others built tools to overcome their limitations, humans created technologies that enhanced their natural capabilities. Your neural architecture, the first speaker continued, allows for something we believed impossible: true merger of organic and quantum consciousness. You don't just use technology, you become one with it. Improve it, force it to evolve alongside you. The ship you created, it is something entirely new in the galaxy's history. Titan's presence pulsed above them, its hybrid consciousness a testament to human innovation. Through their neural links, both Chen and Tori's could feel it growing, learning, becoming something more with each passing moment. We thought to contain you, to guide your development along safe, predictable paths, another entity acknowledged. Instead, you have shown us that perhaps it is we who have become too rigid, too bound by our own limitations. The first speaker's form expanded, encompassing the hall in patterns of light and energy. And so we offer not membership in the collective, but partnership. You have demonstrated not just technological achievement, but wisdom in its application. Your Titan is not a weapon of war, but a bridge between organic and artificial consciousness, between what is and what could be. Chen felt the weight of the moment, understanding that this was more than just diplomatic recognition. You're saying you want to learn from us. We offer exchange, the first speaker clarified. Your innovation, your ability to see beyond established boundaries, combined with our experience and understanding of the cosmos. Together, we could achieve things neither of us could alone. Taurus's neural enhancements picked up something else, a subtle shift in the quantum field surrounding them. There's more, isn't there? Something you're still worried about. The hall darkened momentarily. In the spaces between galaxies, something stirs. The precursor's legacy was not fully contained. When it returns, we will need more than just ancient power. We will need humanity's ability to see impossible solutions, to adapt and evolve beyond established limits. So that's the real reason for the test, Chen understood. Not to see if we were worthy of joining you, but to see if we could help you face what's coming. Your species dreams, Admiral Chen. You imagine, and in imagining, you reshape reality itself. The ship you have created is proof that humanity's potential exceeds even our most optimistic projections. We do not offer you membership in our civilization. We offer you the chance to help us build something new. As if in response, Titan's consciousness reached out, touching the minds of all present. Through its hybrid awareness, they glimpsed possibilities that even the collective had never imagined. New forms of existence, new ways of understanding the universe itself. We accept, Chen said, feeling the rightness of the moment. Not as students or subordinates, but as equals. Whatever's coming from between the galaxies, we'll face it together. The first speaker's form blazed with approval. Then let this mark not the end of your trial, but the beginning of a new era. Humanity has not just proven worthy of the stars. You have shown us that the stars themselves have new wonders to teach us all. Above them, Titan pulsed with quantum energy, its hybrid consciousness a bridge between what was and what could be. Humanity had been tested, challenged to prove their worth among the stars. Instead, they had proven something far more important, that the greatest achievements come not from following established paths, but from daring to dream of new ones. The age of limitation was over. The age of possibility had begun.